This is not going to be an easy video for me to make. So yeah, equality and diversity in video games. Just the mere title of this video alone makes you realize that this is going to be a pretty heavy-handed subject. Especially the topic that I chose to talk about. Gender. Now, I get it. Gender is a very sensitive subject, especially with all the social justice warriors online. But gender is also what makes us unique. Our gender identity. So why is gender such a protected characteristic? Well, maybe because gender identity makes us who we are. If you're a man who identifies as a man, that's great. If you're a man who identifies as a woman, that's fine. If you identify as a freaking attack helicopter, that is fantastic. But, alas, there aren't very many gender options when it comes to gaming. What do I mean? Well, let me use the game Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 as an example of this. In Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, much like Splatoon and Pokemon, you have a character selection. In most character selections, you can either be a boy or a girl. But in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, you can also be an asexual alien being. Don't ask me how that works. Anyways, yeah. You can only be free things in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Oh, and you know those clothing options you get? Yeah, turns out the men can only wear the men clothes, and the women can only wear the women clothes. Now, of course, there are clothing for both men and women that they can both wear, but it's just not the same, you know? Another aspect of the topic of gender comes from the LGBT community, and it comes from the transgender people. Now, I have nothing against the LGBT community. They have my full support. But I'm gonna go on a bit of a tangent, because all the transgender haters out there, yeah, you really make me angry. Okay, so this one time I was on Twitter, yeah, big shock, I'm on Twitter, whatever, and I was basically looking at my timeline, and I saw this post that reads as follows. How y'all feel about this? Transgender kicked out of school for using the girls' bathroom. How do you come up with something that stupid? If a guy identifies as a girl, then it should be fine for him to use the bathroom of the gender he identifies as. Sorry for yelling, it's just, this really makes me angry, you know? I may not be a transgender myself, but I do support transgender people. Hell, I have a few characters who are transgendered, and the sight of something like this, it just boils my blood. But it's not like in other media transgenders get much love either. In anime, we've had plenty of cross-dressing boys, like Felix, and the only one that comes to mind is Felix, but still, in all the time I've been experiencing these characters have been referred to as traps. And personally, I think that's okay. Give your own little classification, but never forget that they're technically classified as transgender. No. I have never seen these characters classified as transgender. Not in the confines of the show, not in the anime and otaku community only on Wikipedia. And we all know how accurate Wikipedia can be. So, how do I think we can fix this? Well, maybe put a transgender option for character selections in future games. Maybe put more transgender characters in games. Hell, in other media, actually classify the traps as transgender from time to time. That goes out to you, anime and otaku community. Because, in my experience, a trap is what you call something that should be avoided. And I don't think transgender people should be avoided. Sure, you can call them a trap from time to time. But remember to refer to them as what they truly are. Transgender. Hell, maybe we have some transgender characters in live-action shows. Like, hey Toei, transgender Kamen Rider, or transgender Super Sentai Ranger, I don't know. Hey Subaraya, how about a transgender Ultraman? Or, Hirohiko Araki, a transgender stand user? Yeah, I may not be the best guy to talk to about this stuff, but, like I said, I've made transgender characters. I've done the research to make sure that they are not offensive. So trust me when I say, I believe transgenders deserve the love and respect that we give to everyone else. Thank you for listening.